Hello, this is Barry from Elliott Wave. How's it going? Here's a new video on the Nasdaq. Today we're going to take a look at the Nasdaq 100 and the S&P and see what's happening and what could be happening using the Elliott Wave theory as always. So here on the Nasdaq, we've been tracking down mainly two counts in the past month. We're at a point where mainly just one is actually has proven to be to some degree correct. Obviously, we don't know it is 100% correct until it happens, but at least we do know that the other count, which is this one, let me show you right there, is wrong. So with that count, we had in mind the possibility of having a ending diagonal into a C. Now, we could have predicted that was highly unlikely, as we also marked up the possibility of a leading diagonal with A. So we know that having a diagonal in both A and C is quite unlikely. I've never seen it actually so far in my career, but I guess there's always a first time. So that obviously got invalidated when we crossed invalidation level, which is this red line. This red line is a point where this wave 4 is as long as this wave 2. We know that in a contracting diagonal, each and every wave must be shorter than the one before. 3 shorter than 1, 5 shorter than 3, and 4 shorter than 2. So once we crossed that, we knew that was not the case, so we just immediately switched to the alternate. And so let me just delete that. The alternate, which is actually another main count. No, that's the wrong one again. So this is now the primary count. Here we have a golden box which we've reacted from. This was quite a significant golden box, by the way. And here a golden box that we just slightly, just barely touched and reacted lower for 3 days in a row. So that's quite remarkable. As you can see here, potential wave A is in place. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, not a diagonal, as wave 4 and 1 do not overlap. There's no overlapping, just regular 5 ways down. And here, I got asked a lot if I can count this as 1, 2. So basically, can I say this is 1, 2? Maybe again 1, 2. So the problem with that is I highly doubt it for various reasons. This looks like wave B. And furthermore, this initial move up is a 3-wave move. Let's just look at it right now so that I don't forget about it. This looks like A, sideways B, up for C. I struggle to count 5 ways up. Therefore, I mean, it's basically impossible in Elliott Wave terms that we have a 1, 2, 1, 2. So my best count forecasts a ABC up for A. Potentially that is completed already. It's possible. And now we're just going to get some kind of wave B. Now we could get into a sideways wave B. I don't know. Further upside for C to complete wave B. And then resumption of the downtrend. Now, to be honest, I wouldn't be surprised at least to see wave B up here. I think that's possible. If we look at fib retracement, that would be roughly 78.6. So maybe we can touch some 0.8, so get roughly around here, previous resistance. But it would be weird, and it could actually compromise the count if we broke this high, this swing, with a certain degree of strength. So if we just broke through it, then yeah, the whole count would be compromised. With that being said, I do not see any other alternates, if I have to be honest. I've seen people marking up, let me just hide this for a second, this as wave W, some kind of W, XY. Is that possible? Well, the problem with that is that, again, I don't see this as 1, 2. So if that is XXY. Either it's a XXY, and don't mind the degree please, of something like this, XXY, which, I mean, having a XXY within a wave W, I don't think it's even possible to be completely honest. I mean, Elliott himself did not have complex correction. That obviously is a later, let's call it, discovery by fracture. But yeah, that's, in my opinion, is highly unlikely. I wouldn't rely on it. Plus, I don't think for the time being there's any reason to be bullish at the moment for fundamental factors such as we know, inflation and the conflict. Yeah, as I said, I do believe that eventually we get something like this, so one less move higher. But then I see the Nasdaq, but also other American indices moving lower. So speaking of other American indices, now that we covered the Nasdaq, so let's just bring this back and let's take a quick look at the S&P. So here on the S&P, pretty much the same count, not the same count, but the same direction, let's say. Potential diagonal wave A, I guess it's possible. Otherwise, you'd have to, again, you'd have to call it a WXY. So I to be honest, I prefer the diagonal wave A, and then again, I can see the same scenario happening also for the S&P, something like this. And then obviously, I'm expecting further downside. So again, I do not have any reasons to be bullish, both technicals and fundamentals. So far, this count has proven to be correct, and I'm just gonna stick to it. So a friendly reminder, this week we're gonna have a live session here on YouTube. I'm gonna post it right after this video is published, so you can see when it's gonna be and what time. Please remember that I go live every other Friday here on YouTube, where I analyze whatever market and instrument you guys want me to. So don't miss that, and please, if you enjoyed the video, consider subscribing, leave a like, and I'll see you in the next one.